Hello, welcome to News on Canal the English with me, Annette Effeti Essome, and it's time for our top stories. Semi-final matches of the ongoing Women's African Cup of Nations will be played today in Yaoundé and Limbe. The Lionesses of Cameroon will take on the Black Queens of Ghana in Yaoundé, and the Super Falcons of Nigeria will clash with the Bayana of South Africa. And out of the country, a delegation of top first division side in Brazil has perished in a plane crash in Colombia, killing 76 people. Developments will be yours right ahead. We begin with this story. Officials of the Social Democratic Front Party, the SDF, have vehemently denounced what they have termed continuous brutality of citizens when they exercise their fundamental human rights. The party's chairman, John Frundi, headed a delegation yesterday to the Northwest Governor's Office where they staged their complaints. Crystal Katala and Annie Collins have details.
Senators, parliamentarians, and mayors of the opposition Social Democratic Front SDF party descended on the streets of Bamenda Monday, November 28 in support of the ongoing strike action by the Anglophone lawyers and teachers. They began by converging on the residence of National Chairman John Frundi, where they were met by Governor Adolphe Lafrique in a bid to dissuade them from carrying out the planned work to his office at Upstation, but the opposition men and women insisted and made it with cars and buses. In a crisis meeting in the Governor's Conference Hall, the SDF elected officials, who had been joined by UPC Secretary General,
to save our unity, because without dialogue, we cannot develop this country. And when we avoid dialogue, then we can maybe destroy our own country. That's why UPC came here to promote dialogue, and we are very happy to see that now we are trying to move on, and maybe we are going to find a solution.
They vehemently denounced what they say is the continuous brutality of citizens when they come out to exercise one of their fundamental rights in a democratic context by spraying them with tear gas and shootings, live bullets, some of which fell in the residence of Mr. John Frundi. In response to the catalogue of complaints, Governor Adolphe Lafrique denied any administrative official ordering soldiers to open fire. He said so far only one person has died from a gunshot in Bambui, but the incident was a mere coincidence last week's street demonstrations. Adolphe Lafrique later invited the leaders of the angry politicians to a restrained meeting behind closed doors in his office. In continuation to the action, all the SDF senators, parliamentarians and mayors made it to the grandstand downtown Commercial Avenue, where they were joined by the national chairman in what turned out to be an SDF rally with speaker after speaker by the Anglophone or Francophone calling for federalism as a solution to Anglophone problem in Cameroon.
We will come back to other related stories to crisis going on in the northwest region and southwest region of Cameroon. We move to something else for now. The people of Kribi have accused their council of doing nothing to help their children in their educational pursuit. The people expressed anger recently when they discovered hundreds of benches that have been abandoned to get rot. D. Morin has details.
These benches, hundreds in a number, have been abandoned at this site for months. Exposed to sunlight and heavy rains, the benches have fast depreciated. Some of them are not only broken, the benches is now being inhabited by termites. This is happening under the watchful eyes of the Kribi One authorities, who do not seem disturbed with the situation. According to some sources, the benches which were destined to government primary school was abandoned at the council premises and were never ferried to the school. Nothing was done, and today the benches and I saw the population are lamenting over the problem, which they say is seriously affecting classes. While schools are in need of benches, they are rotting in council premises.
Senegalese style, fashion and food is becoming commonplace in major towns across Cameroon. As the Senegalese president Macky Sall visited Cameroon yesterday, our reporter Beatrice Ngamo took interest to meet some Senegalese living in Yaoundé. Her report.
In nation's capital Yaoundé, vicinity for most Senegalese expatriates involved in restaurant, tailoring, embroidery business amongst many. Ali Mamadou Ndiaye is owner of the Ramatu Senegalese restaurant. Specialties: baobab, Senegalese rice, dakere, which is meal mixed with yogurt, and the popular kusam. I just thank Cameroon. God just keep me more here in Cameroon. Business, he says, like the others, is very good, and Cameroonians love their dishes. Senegalese restaurants can be spotted all over town, and Cameroonians really enjoy what they offer. Senegalese design and clothing, another good taste. Their sewing styles and embroidery, modern styles for men and women. This they do at affordable prices also. Saliyo Yat is in that sector of business. Aline Diaye, like Abdoulaye Mbalo, Yafai da Costa, and Saliyo Yad are happy with their stay in Cameroon, especially with the hospitality and love around. I am at ECN Cameroon. I pay my taxes, resident permits. I've never had any problem, neither complaint nor convocation. The visit of the President Macky Sall, November 2018, Yaoundé, Cameroon, to them a sign of much more prosperous cooperation between the two brotherly and friendly nations. God bless Senegal and Cameroon. God should make Cameroon and Senegal tight, united together and very faithful.
Untold hardship in the town of Ambam in the south region of Cameroon has forced youths into unskilled jobs. However, these youths say thanks to these jobs, today they can happily earn a living with their family. Tim Morin reports.
This is one of the most popular road junctions in Ambam's central town in the south region, attracting youths of all ages. The pull factor is the presence of jobs, be they skilled or unskilled. The only available job for these youths is agriculture. Most of them are attracted to cultivation of tomatoes. Here they till the soil, wheat, harvest and transport the goods from the farms to the road, where it is easily transported to different markets. We are experiencing serious hardship. I know things are very expensive in Ambam, so that's why we come to these road junctions to look for a job, because we have to survive our families. We came here to look for a job. The only thing that we have at harvesting of tomatoes. This young girl works in the farm with her baby on her back. Her revenue per day is 2,000 francs CFA after toiling the whole day. It all depends. There is a number of baskets that you have to fill. When you do that, at the end of the day, you are paid. We are not yet married, but we have hopes. This other man has been working in the tomato farms for years. He says he has saved enough money that can enable him get a wife for himself and start our family. The absence of jobs in Ambam has triggered massive exodus of youth to the cities.
Julie Shege, Miss Cameroon of the year 2016, will not represent Cameroon at this year's Miss World pageant in the U.S. She was last week refused a visa to America, and in the following report, Tarika Divine says Miss Cameroon Organizing Committee is in trouble once again.
She is stunningly beautiful, elegant, and compellingly eloquent. Little wonder she was crowned Miss Cameroon 2016 last July 30, a designation which automatically qualified her for the Miss World Beauty pageant billed for the United States in the coming weeks. Yet, and surprisingly so, all of Julie Franklin Chogun Gwimfak's gorgeousness failed to cajole officials at the visa issuance section of the U.S. Embassy in Yaoundé last week. In fact, since November 22, news of a visa rejection has remained steadily viral on social media platforms. And while Julie has opted for sealed lips, reluctant to elucidate the public on the reasons for the U.S. visa denial, the Miss Cameroon Organizing Committee, Kamika, led by Solange Ingrid Amugu, has engaged a blame trading offensive. A statement posted on the Kamika Facebook page indicates Julie is a victim of her very own acts of waywardness. Without mincing words, Kamika says she was denied the visa on grounds she failed to furnish sufficient proof she would return to her native Cameroon after the Miss World pageant. The online release adds that since she was crowned Miss Cameroon, Julie has progressively demonstrated unbearable acts of indiscipline, including the organization of secret fundraisers for her activities without the consent of Kamika. And so once again, as has previously obtained, the Miss Cameroon initiative intended to celebrate beauty is heading for yet another scandal, especially following the weekend resignation of Julie's immediate runner-up, Audrey Abula, who has handed back her crown, citing unendurable threats from Kamika.
And on to sports, football. Cameroon and Ghana will clash in under 3 hours for the first semi-final game in the ongoing African Women Cup of Nations. Across Cameroon, the heat is on, as Tarike Divine tells us.
When Cameroon's indomitable Lionesses and the Black Queens of Ghana lock horns for the first semi-final fixture at the ongoing Women's Africa Cup of Nations at 4 p.m. local time, it will be the 7th face-to-face confrontation at the competition between both sides since 1998. According to the history annals, the Ghanaian ladies have an edge over their Cameroonian counterparts. Of the 7 meetings, the Black Queens have beaten the indomitable Lionesses 5 times. But across Cameroon, the general impression is that the Lionesses will carry the day today.
Women's African Nation Cup, normally I support my country. I know Cameroon will carry the cup. So we all behind them. We want them to win, to carry the trophy.
Cameroon. And I know the final is going to be Cameroon and Nigeria, because it could not be easy for Africa, from South Africa. So I think the final is going to be Cameroon Nigeria, and Cameroon is going to yes.
For me, the way our Lionesses are playing, they are really doing something that I was not expecting. But for now, I'm in support of them. We are strongly behind them, and I know that they will not disappoint us. They will they will take the cup.
But Black Queens coach Yusuf Basigi has declared his girls will cause nationwide mourning across Cameroon by making the country pay for denying Ghana a chance to answer present at this year's Olympic Games. He says his sharp-shooting attackers, including Elizabeth Ado and Portia Boakie, have got what it takes to crack Cameroon's solid defense wall. Backed by fanatical home crowd increasingly united in solidarity behind their darling squad, the Lionesses, who count 10 semi-final appearances at the tournament against 7 for Ghana, reached this stage of the competition with a clean sheet of 3 victories in 3 group games against Egypt, South Africa and Zimbabwe without conceding a goal. The Ghanaians, on their part, won 2 matches and settled on a draw with Nigeria, conceding 3 goals and scoring 7, 2 more than the Cameroonian girls, who have not forgotten their aching loss to Ghana at the All-Africa Games final last year in Brazzaville, Congo. an indication of double revenge ambitions on today's menu.
Report, the International Federation of Professional Footballers, FIFPro, has conducted a global survey that shows that a vast majority of African footballers are far from the glitz and glamour of those lucky enough to play in the world's top leagues. The data collected by FIFPro paints a dark picture of the reality of life as a footballer on the African continent. One of the shocking findings of the survey is that physical abuse of footballers in Africa is the worst in the world. And at international level, African players face racial abuse from fans and other players, violent attacks on the pitch and from outside, intimidation into signing contracts, isolation as a form of punishment. And out of the country, this lone note where a plane carrying 81 people, including a top Brazilian football team, has crashed in Colombia, killing 76. The aircraft was carrying members of a football team that was due to play the finals of the Copa South Americana. The team was promoted to Brazil's first division in 2014 and reached the finals last week after a victory against the Argentina side. It is on this sorrowful note that we run it off for today's edition of the newscast on Canal 2 English. Programs continue. Have a nice day.